Hello everyone and welcome back to UrbeSalus. I am Leader MJ15 and this is tutorial number 6. Today's tutorial will be on mining, but before we get started, please let us know if there's anything we can pray for. The email will be in the description of the video. It is also the business inquiry link, which can be found in the description of the YouTube channel itself. Our server is now open. Currently no one has been attending, but it is open, and I periodically, and when I say periodically, it means when I think about it, when I have time and I think about it, I check to see if anyone has logged on. I personally cannot be logged on 24/7, but if you log on and no one's there, try again in a few minutes, or maybe give it a half hour. Try again. If that doesn't work, then leave it and maybe try it the next day around the same time, because I can check and see when people log on, and no one will be able to go anywhere unless I let them out of spawn jail. I covered that in my tutorial video on the server. So I will, whenever I remember it, check my console to see if anyone's logged on. And if you have logged on, please be patient with me. I'm juggling a lot and the summer's coming to a close. So I will try to make sure that I'm letting people in as long as they agree to follow the rules. So our server is open. Subdomain will be in the description of the video, and it's in the description of the YouTube channel there permanently. Let's see. Also, if the audio situation has been bothering you, to me it's not terrible. I know it can be improved upon, and that's what I'm trying to work on. In fact, I have a new microphone that should be on its way. I cannot give an exact time frame because I have not been given an exact time frame, but there's a microphone on the way, and if you want me to, I can wait until I get the microphone to do the next video. I will try to remember to do an audio check just to make sure it is better quality. And if you want me to just go ahead and make another video next time I can, with or without the mic, also let me know. And guys, I'm running out of ideas for these tutorials. It seems like these tutorials are really what y'all like, and I would be perfectly fine with making more tutorials. Just please give me some ideas because I am starting to run out. Let me know in the comments. So let me know about the microphone, whether you just want me to go ahead and make a video with or without, or if you want me to wait until I get a microphone. And also let me know what your ideas are for Minecraft related tutorials. Keep them age appropriate. When I say that, appropriate for all ages. I just want to cover that. I feel like since it's a tutorial, that should be a given, but just so there's no confusion, appropriate for all ages. So let me know what you want to see in future tutorials, because I am running out of ideas, and I'm trying to actually have useful information for you from my experiences, from what I have gained in knowledge over the years. And let me know about the audio situation. Talk to me in the comments. Please give me some input, and I will absolutely try to listen. So far I haven't had much input, if I've had any at all. Not to bring anyone who has put input down. I haven't had much input, so If you have given me your input, thank you. And if you haven't, please consider it. It will help out a lot. If there's something that's bothering you about the channel, there's some things that I might not be able to change, but if there's something that I can do to make it better, please let me know. I want your input. And we're going to go ahead and do a verse before I get started with the tutorial. And this verse is from the Gospel of John. It's found in chapter 4. Actually, it's verses, excuse me. And I always encourage you to go back, read behind me, like the Christians in Berea, and read the scriptures for yourself with your own eyes. They are the inspired word of God, inspired words of God, and they are living and active, which means it's not just something that was written long ago and it's old. They actually apply to today. In fact, it's almost as if, well, it's not almost, it is. God is speaking to us currently through these words. There's no almost about it. But God is speaking to us through these words. They do apply to us today, and God communicates with them. It's not the only way He communicates, but it is a very important way. So, the Gospel of John, chapter 4, starting in verse 13, get some context here. It's the account of the woman at the well, if you're familiar with that. And please go back, read the whole thing. But what I'm covering really applies overall. And if I gave you a starting verse, please disregard that. I'll start in verse 10. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." "Sir," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his livestock?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." And that is the Gospel of John, chapter 4, verses 10 through 14. I was reading from the New International Version, the NIV. And something that's notable in this verse is, well, something that's notable about Jesus in general. He was very big on relationships. He wanted to connect. He wants to connect. I keep saying in the past tense because I need to overcome that. He wants to connect. He wanted in the past, as we see in the accounts of the Bible, but he still wants to connect on a personal level. And that's what he was doing with this woman. He was connecting with her on a personal level to show that he cared. And he was giving her information relevant to what she would understand, relevant to her lifestyle. She was here drawing water. And as she's drawing water from this well, he comes and asks for a drink. Please read the whole account. And you heard his response. You heard her response and his response. And he takes the physical water and he says, "Whoever drinks this will be thirsty again." It doesn't matter what water you drink. Because our bodies use water, it's eventually going to be depleted and we're going to need more water. And some form. And so he says, whoever gets living water from me, it will turn into a spring within them, welling up to eternal life. He's not talking about physical water. He's talking about a spiritual water, so to speak. It's not really water, but it's to help us understand what it is that Jesus is giving us. It is the ability to be pure, to be godly, and to never thirst for, to never be without goodness again. And so what he's saying is, whoever gets goodness from me, they will never be without it again. And it's really powerful. There are multiple instances that we can go over. If y'all want me to start going through the personal connections of Jesus, let me know in the comments. I'll start pulling out those verses. But Jesus wants to connect with you on a personal level. And he wants you to understand what it is that he's offering and the gift that God is offering. It's very important. So let me know in the comments if you want me to start pulling out those verses. And without further ado, we are going to start our tutorial. Now, I'm going to be doing the best I can with what I have, or try to do the best I can with what I have. But it is important to note that this is my survival world as well as my creative world. So there are certain things that I don't really want to allow myself to do. So I'm not going to go into spectator mode to look through layers. To me that feels like cheating, because it's also my survival world, and that would help me find stuff. But I will go through stuff that I already have found and show you what's going on. So I hope I did not give you the wrong tutorial earlier. I'm having short-term memory problems right now. But this is our tutorial on mining. So Minecraft, in the name, has the word mine. So the very name of the game is mining, which makes mining one of the core aspects of the game. Now, this game can be played in many different ways. As anyone who has ever played Minecraft or knows a lot about Minecraft knows, it's very versatile. So you don't have to spend your days, as far as your virtual Minecraft days, mining all the time. In fact, technically speaking, there are ways to get around mining and just not mine. Now, will it be the most successful? Probably not, because the game is set up. You have to at least do a little mining to get really big success. But that depends also on your definition of success. So if you don't really have big goals, and you just want to do farming, and maybe a little bit of exploring, but you don't really need big, huge tools and stuff, technically you could get away with not messing with mining at all. It's difficult, but it's definitely possible and maybe a good challenge just to see how well you do. Regardless, mining is a key part of Minecraft. You don't have to do it, but it's definitely helpful no matter what your chosen profession or walk throughout this virtual world is. Whether you want to explore, or should I say, devote yourself to exploring, whether you want to devote yourself to farming or fighting bosses or building, or maybe just mining itself. So this is my storage room, and these are some tools. Some of them are about mining, some of them aren't, and these are some, I can go ahead and get started here. When you go mining, you're using tools so you can get more resources to make better tools and get the resources you need for better equipment. Not just tools, but also better blocks, stronger houses, better lighting situations, and just to help you get further in the game. Something that you don't have to mine to get is wooden tools. That's pretty much the only, those are pretty much the only tools that you don't need to mine for. At least a little bit. Because even to advance to stone, you have to make a wooden pickaxe and mine the stone. Which is a little bit of mining. So the no mining challenge should be interesting. I'm not particularly keen on trying it right now. But if you let me know in the comments and you like the idea, I might try it in the future. So, when we're looking for resources and we're building tools, some people who are used to mining might be wondering how to get better success, how to get more materials. What's a few of the keys to better mining? And some people are new to the idea and just how do you make the tools? So a pickaxe is rather simple. If you take, this is not a crafting table, but this 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, this 9 block area right here is the same area as would be in a crafting table. In fact, let me go show you a real crafting table. I need to be very relevant about this. Okay, crafting table. 2 sticks makes a long handle like you would need for a pickaxe or an axe or a garden hoe, or I might have exhausted that list, or a shovel. Then you take 3 blocks across the top of either wood, stone, iron, gold, diamond, or netherite, and that will give you a pickaxe. Pickaxe is what you need to cut or to mine stone and solid blocks that aren't woody materials or dirt. So stuff pertaining to dirt, gravel, sand, that stuff you use a shovel on. Woody materials you use your axe on, and the stone materials your andesite, diorite, granite, ores, stone, smooth stone, your hard metal blocks. Though I've never used metal blocks in survival. That should be interesting. Anyway, that's what you use your pickaxe for. And that's the basics on tooling. Now, logically, the better your materials, the better your tools, the more stuff you can do with the tool. And that's how it works in Minecraft. You have a wooden pickaxe, it's going to break fast, and there are certain things you can't mine. You cannot mine anything from redstone or better with wooden or stone pickaxes. To mine anything redstone or better, you have to have iron or better. So you're going to want to start with wood so that you can get stone, because you can't get stone without wood in the first place. Then you're going to want to use stone to get iron, and use iron to get everything else. And I'm talking about pickaxes, but it applies to other tools as well in all areas of what you may be doing: farming, cutting lumber, etc. The most common ore in Minecraft is, I wanted to show you the resources, so I'm not going to go down yet. Okay, coal. Coal is the most common resource, at least as far as the updates that I received the information on. This makes sense. You need it for refining materials, you need it to make torches. So it's pretty useful. And it's the most common. You can mine it with wood or stone. Flint is something you get from gravel, and it's not every time you do. I mean, you could be using a shovel, or it could be a gravelanche. Pretty sure that's the new word. Maybe not. Let me know in the comments. Is gravelanche a word? Anyway, flint is, it's not 100% by chance because it's all computer. So there is an algorithm, but it is slightly randomized, and whenever you run into flint, it's kind of exciting because it's hard to get. Iron, I have some down in the mine, not up here, but iron is the next most common of your basic tool elements. It's also your first really versatile tool. It lasts a while, and you can mine every ore with it. It's also pretty fast. It's faster than stone, and you can mine more with it. You can mine redstone, gold, emerald, diamond, quartz, you name it, except for obsidian, which is an ore. But you name the ore, lapis, you can mine ores with iron, even iron ore. So all ores can be mined with iron. That's not true of stone and wood. They only really do coal and iron. But everything's available when you have iron pickaxe, as far as ores are concerned. And it's faster. So you use your iron that you mine to make iron pickaxe, so you can mine better materials. Gold. I'm going to say this for those who haven't had experience with gold. It is generally never recommended that you use it. Because realistically, real gold in real life is actually a very soft material. And piggybacking off of this idea, in Minecraft, gold materials break the fastest. Even faster than wood, I believe. Now, they're generally considered terrible tools. They're fastest. Out of all the tools, gold is the fastest tool. We have to consider the fact that gold is hard to find. There are more useful uses than really fast tools, and that these really fast tools will also break fast. They mine fast and break fast, which means it's kind of like the most disposable tool in there, and it's made out of one of the more rare elements, or ores. So if you are looking for a rarer material to use in your tools, diamond is the material. For the longest time, diamond was the best material to make your tools or your armor out of. It's fast, it's strong, it mines everything, including obsidian, excluding bedrock, because in survival mode, bedrock cannot be mined. Unless there's a hack that I haven't learned. But as far as non-hacking and just using normal tools, you can't mine bedrock. So, of all things mineable, diamond can mine it all, including obsidian, which is just painful to mine. And when you enchant a diamond pickaxe to have a diamond fortune pickaxe, you can use it to get more of certain materials, like redstone, if you want to do redstone in survival mode. So, in order to mine redstone or better, you need iron. But a step higher than iron is diamond. And now, with the most recent Nether update, not the most recent update, the most recent was Caves and Cliffs, but as far as tools go in the tools system, the most recent good material for tools is netherite. Now, netherite is really a plating, kind of like taking stainless steel and plating it with gold. It's nice and shiny, but it's not 100% gold. Netherite is not 100% netherite, it's scraps of netherite placed on top of another material. It still makes it better than diamond by a slight amount. And so, as far as pickaxes are concerned, the best pickaxe you can have is a netherite pickaxe. In order to do that, you have to get to the nether. Therefore, the best pickaxe that you can make without going to the nether is diamond. That's the tools, though. That's not everything. And as you can see here, I have some charcoal, which is I made from trees. I have some actual coal, which I had to mine. Some redstone, some gold, and some diamond. All those I had to mine. Nutrition is important. Of course, nutrition is always important. And so is your technique. So nutrition is important all the way through, so make sure you're nurturing yourself with good foods. Mushroom stews, in my experience, have been really good on health. Cake is the best combat food, last time I received information. And bread is a pretty good food as well. Rotten flesh is not good food. It's survival food, but it's not good food. It's junk food that... I'm going to replace that just because that was... I have to be careful. Anyway. So when we talk about technique, good nutrition is important. So you can do a little bit of research on nutrition, or if you want me to do the tutorial on nutrition, let me know. But I'm trying to be as timely as possible. The first strategy you'll notice me using in my new survival series, in fact my only public survival series, but it's my newest survival world in Minecraft. I will staircase down, and I keep destroying that door. I'm going to keep a door on me. Okay. I staircase down. And I really do advocate this. Staircase down, ladder up. It's a very good strategy. Now, don't use this staircase. It looks cool, I know. So unless you really want this cool looking staircase, please don't do it. It was a pain. It really was painful. I made it wrong the first... Well, I made it with bigger steps the first time, so when I went to make it with smaller steps, it made it even more difficult. Please don't use a complicated staircase style. Do yourself a favor, unless you really want to go through the work. If you want to go through the work, all I can say is it will be work. But if you are looking for this, and you really want that, then I guess the work will pay off. You're on a staircase down to bedrock. And really what I recommend is a straight staircase with either real staircases or slabs to make it easier to walk up and down. And so that it's not so painful to build. You want to go down to bedrock. Now, you'll notice in my survival videos there was a gap. I was trying to go ahead and find materials. So before finishing staircase down, ladder up, I did staircase down and I did bedrock tunnel. Bedrock tunnel is where you go all the way down to bedrock and you make a tunnel. You want to stay straight and even with this tunnel and consistent, and you just want to keep going. Eventually, it is highly likely that you will run into materials. Whether you always, I cannot promise. In my experience, it works. Staircase down, ladder up, and make a bedrock tunnel. Now, what I did is I staircase down, made a bedrock tunnel. I found a bunch of resources in here. If you go back and check out my survival series, you can see the resources I got, especially when I did the bedrock tunnel. And listen for creepy ambient noises and lava. Creepy ambient noises means there's a dark space, which means there may or may not be a cave. If there's a cave, there's going to be resources. Fair warning, cave diving is a great way of getting resources, but it's also a great way of getting attacked. You'll notice I always talk about cave diving, or let me back up. You'll notice whenever I talk about cave diving, I always say I want to wait until I get the good resources, so that I can have better materials. I like the productivity of cave diving. It's a really great way to get resources. They're almost always there in some way, shape, or form. But you want good armor and good offensive materials because there are going to be monsters. More likely than not. I don't know. There may have been a rare occasion, and I'll show you. I didn't run into a monster. It's extremely rare. And most of my experiences, you're going to run into monsters. They're going to want to hurt you. So, for my survival series, I've been waiting until I get really good stuff to really go explore those caves. And I've been trying to get the resources I'm looking for without going into the caves. Because I've been experimenting with a lot of different techniques. So, bedrock tunnel works really good. Another thing is listening for those ambient noises and lava. Now, lava is a very big indicator because most of the time, and when I say most of the time, it's a pretty high percentage of the times that I have gone mining, it has been very rare that I find a lava pit with no resources. I've mined all the resources here, that's why you don't see any. And I don't know if you can call this a cave, that's why I was like, eh. But this is the area I found no monsters even before I lit it up. And I don't even know if you can really call that a cave, but it was around this lava pit. This lava pit had some really good resources. In fact, this is where I ran into diamond. So, look for lava. You find lava, don't swim in it. It's a bad idea. But, you find lava, look for the resources around it. In fact, I dug into this wall here. I was just kind of like, oh, maybe this will work. Turns out it was a really good idea because now I have a secondary tunnel. It's not a bedrock tunnel, but it's a secondary tunnel. And if you check out the video where I made this tunnel, in fact, it was the last video I made, episode 7 of Minecraft Survival at the time of this recording. I got some really great resources in here. In fact, I found more iron in this tunnel than I did coal, which I was kind of surprised. And this marking right here, there's still redstone I haven't mined because I broke my tools. And that brings me to another thing. Staircase down, ladder up, make a bedrock tunnel, look for lava, look for caves if you're willing to go and fight monsters and if you have enough resources. And feed yourself, plan things out. Get a clock if you need to. I really needed a clock because I was really terrible at planning things out. But plan things out. So you spend a you spend a wholesome amount of time in the mine, and you don't feel like you spent too much time mining around when you could have been doing stuff in daylight. So, schedule. Use the strategies such as staircase down, ladder up, and bedrock tunnel. Look for that lava in those caves. And when you go schedule, and you bring your food and your tools with you, mine until you break all of your tools. Which means, typically, once I get done mining the stone I need for stone materials, I typically don't use wood after that unless I really have an emergency. So, use your tools until they break, which will mean you get maximum efficiency. That'll also cut down on having annoying chests full of almost broken tools. Personally, I don't know if I've ever done that, because I'm so used to just using them till they break. If you have been stopping before they break, please stop. Please go and use the ones that have almost broken. Go ahead and break them, unless you can repair them. Otherwise, just go ahead and use them till they break, because then you're getting max efficiency, and your mining trips will be a whole lot more productive, and I feel like you'll be happier with your mining trips. So use your strategies, including staircase down, ladder up, bedrock tunnel, looking around lava, going cave diving. If you know any more strategies, go ahead and use those. Bring good tools, always seeking to make better tools, and use your tools wisely, which means using your best tools for the best stuff, like your really important ores, and using your other tools just for the plain mining, like stone and stuff. Use your tools till they break, which means maximum efficiency. Plan your mining trips, and make sure you have good nutrition during your mining trips. That is my basic recipe for mining success. And is it successful? Considering I've only done 7 episodes so far, I'd say yes, it's been pretty successful. I have a few diamonds up in the storeroom, as you saw. I have some diamonds down here. So I think the grand total may be, it's somewhere from 6 to 11. I'll give you an exact number when I check it. I have over 4 stacks. Over 4 stacks combined of redstone. I've got plenty of coal for now that needs to be replenished. I've been using it though to refine iron, which I've been using to make armor and tools and stuff, and even as I'm using it to make armor and tools, I still have a whole 64 ingot stack of iron left. I have 3 iron pickaxes down here and an iron shovel. I accidentally made too many iron boots. I'm wearing iron armor, full iron armor. I made 3 shields, put 2 down here, had some up there. In fact, I had a shield before now that broke, and now there's a total of 3 shields. So yes, I would say these strategies really do work. And now, episode 6, before episode 7 was me laddering up. And when I laddered up, I ran into a whole bunch of coal. Which is really why I have the amount of coal I do have now. So, nutrition, planning, efficient use of tools, and using good tools. And use those strategies. That's my recipe so far for success in mining. And don't forget, every now and then you run into a ravine. That's like a mega cave, basically. I mean, it's not a cave, it's a big, huge cutout in the ground that winds a little bit. It's like a big road in the ground. I almost expect to see a city down there. And there might be caves in the ravine. But if you run into a ravine, it's like the amount of materials you can get is normally comparable to a mega cave, is what I'm trying to get at. So, implement all the strategies you can find, and implement them wisely. Like, if you don't have any materials, don't go searching everywhere for a ravine. Go ahead and staircase down, ladder up, or go cave diving. I recommend staircase down, ladder up, and bedrock tunnel first, because there's less of a chance of getting attacked. But it's up to you. These strategies, when combined and used properly, they really do work, and you can get good resources from them. So that's my spiel on mining so far. That's my spiel on mining. I'm gonna get rid of the store. And so it's a grand total of like 9 diamonds. And I don't think I've used any yet. I'm trying to save up, but feels like a pretty good amount of diamonds. And I have iron tools as well for other stuff, like more iron shovels, an iron axe, some iron swords, and an iron hoe for my farming. So God has really blessed me. That is one thing I would definitely say. And He's blessed me in these strategies being successful and me being able to share these strategies with you. So thank you guys for watching. This has been tutorial number 6 on mining. And if there's anything we can pray for, let us know. The link is in the description, as well as the business inquiry link in the description of the YouTube channel itself. And the server is open. Let us know if there's anything we can pray for. Let us know what tutorials you want to see. Let me know, if no one says anything about the audio, I'll go ahead and wait until I get the microphone and test it to make another video. But if anyone wants me to make a video before that, if you want that content that fast, let me know and I'll try to work it out. Now, if by the time I go to make this video the microphone's already there and I've already tested it, I'll use the microphone. So just let me know on the audio situation. Let me know the tutorials you want to see. Let us know about prayers. Let us know about prayer. It's important to us that we pray. And God bless. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, please share, and please consider subscribing and clicking that bell so that you can get notifications. And let me know. Thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. And this is Leader Ames J signing out. If you have an idea for a better outro, let me know. God bless.